Hey everybody, welcome back to the Really Random Podcast. I am your host, Ruben Frosto, and I'm joined with my co-host,
Abraham Frosto.
And Josue Aleman.
So guys, it is the 3rd of November.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful Sunday.
Yes,
what are we
is.
talking about today, Josue?
Well, I want to talk about, first off, I want to start off with, let me see if I can do it. Go Kings! Woo!
Aren't you a Warriors fan?
I was holding off. I was holding off this whole
God.
time. I did not tell you guys this was going to happen. This was unplanned.
Don't you have an iguana jersey from the Golden State Warriors?
Iguodala, thank you very much.
No, you called it iguana at first. That's why I always referred to Andre Iguodala as iguana. Because
Iguana
that's
man.
what you thought his name was.
Okay, to be fair, he has a weird name.
Let's bring this up though. The reason he does have that jersey, and the reason he's wearing this King shirt is because his current state of funds is low, so he takes whatever he
So I'm
can.
wearing a free shirt.
Okay, so you're wearing a free shirt
That you
to
paid
a game
$50 for.
that
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't even go to.
I know. I
paid
didn't even.
$50 for that lame shirt, dude.
Oh wow!
I have that
he
same
called
shirt.
it lame shirt.
I have that same shirt. It's a good shirt. I like it.
The shirt's lame.
What is
Nah.
it? 35 seasons. They've
35
played 35
seasons in
seasons. Good for
Sacramento.
them.
Sacramento.
Yeah, since 1985, baby.
Anyway, going back to Go Kings.
Go
Since they
Kings.
won
I love
yesterday or
Kings. Go
something.
Kings.
Anyway,
Or something.
Or something.
I'm a hardcore bandwagoner.
Did you know they're playing right now?
Are they really?
They're on like a 3-game stretch in the East Coast. They're playing right now in New York.
Good for them. Solomon, are they gonna win?
They better.
No.
They better.
But what was I gonna? Oh yeah, so there's this. I heard about this study that some scientists are doing. So you can go on clinicaltrials.gov. So apparently you can go on this website and look at different trials that they're trying to do. And there's this trial in terms of the flu, and what they do is they offer $3,000 for you to get infected with the flu virus.
What?
So when I heard about this, I was like, this sounds like a very, very tempting offer.
Like we were talking about your funds.
So
your state of funds.
my
at the
state of
moment?
funds right now, I'm wearing a free shirt. Well, it wasn't really free, but it's already free anyway.
Quick $3,000.
A little quick $3,000 for you to. So the premises of this is they want to study the flu virus and how it affects people, and the only requirement is that you have to be in the hospital for 7 days. So you have to be obviously monitored. You can't leave, and they have to check up, make sure that all the vitals and everything is going good. The only slight problem with this one is that the locations to have this study done is Maryland and the University of Maryland, Baltimore, Missouri, or some people call it Missouri, St. Louis University, United States, obviously, North Carolina, in Duke Human Vaccine Institute, and in Ohio in the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
You know what?
They're almost all colleges.
I've always wanted to go to Cincinnati.
So you take a trip?
I think I'd take a Well,
Okay, real quick. How much does a plane ticket to Cincinnati cost?
I know it's probably not that expensive though.
But let's just say worst case scenario,
Like
$600.
$600. Yeah.
Right? You go there for a week, 7 days. You come back with $3,000.
Yeah.
It pays for itself.
At tops,
It's totally
you're spending
worth
like $1,000 probably.
Frontier right now. If you leave on November 11th, $158. Dude, that is so worth it.
Just there? So it's like $400 there and back.
That's the only problem. You know what the problem with Frontier? I think it's round trip. 158 round trip.
Yeah, but then you have to pay like another $100 just for your bag.
Yeah.
So the slight problem is that this flight is a total of 23 hours and 32 minutes.
Jesus.
Worth it. Worth
So
it.
many layovers.
I don't
You're
care,
just-
dude.
it's only
$3,000?
one stop in Denver. You're
How-
just there for 18 hours.
Ooh. Oh, you know
Go
what?
yeah.
Denver's not
Go
bad.
check
You
out
can go
Denver,
check
you
out
know?
Denver.
Dude, $158. The only thing is you can't take a carry-on. You have to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's the only problem with Frontier is that they
$75.
charge everything.
Don't
Yeah.
take a carry-on. Just whatever.
Just go in a shirt and be like, hey, this is all I brought.
No, that's disgusting.
Why- what do you
Not
need a
only am I
carry-on
going to
for?
be in the flu, I'm going to have the flu. I'm going to be in the same dirty outfit all week.
The whole week.
Well, no,
and
like
come
you
back
take,
with
like,
$3,000.
you take your, like, you know,
wear two shirts.
Carry on.
No carry on.
No anything.
They don't. They
Really?
charge you for that. Yeah.
You can't take you can't check like one bag in that
No.
goes under the plane.
It's-
Because carry on is what goes inside the plane.
The carry on is usually always free.
See, look. Exactly. This price for a flight does not include overhead bin access, aka your carry-on.
Yeah, exactly. But what about the bag that you check in?
No, you would have to pay for that as well.
No airline.
That's what I'm saying. I would do that, so I just wouldn't take a carry-on. I would just take whatever bag I have under the plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to pay for that though.
Yeah, that's like $30-$40.
And you're gonna get
I'm not
$3
saying
grand.
that's a problem. That's what I said. You would have to pay that, and it's not $30 or $40 for Frontier. It's like $100.
Take my money is what I say, Frontier.
I'm not saying that's bad either. You're the one that's over here that's, I just wouldn't take a carry-on. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I wouldn't either, but it's like, if you did that, you saying that made it seem like you were talking about just going in your shirt.
No, because I already assumed because you're gonna take a bag that goes under the plane anyways.
You know what? Life hack. Some people wear like 2 or 3 shirts and then travel with that.
That's disgusting. Because then you just have 2 or 3 dirty shirts.
That's crazy, dude.
Not if you don't sweat and avoid.
That's
awkward
hard
situations.
for you, Abraham.
That's hard for me.
Yeah,
'cause I
you
sweat a lot.
literally just in the AC. You're sweating, dude. Sizzling. So anyway, that I mean, whoever's interested, they're still looking for people. Actually,
I think it's interesting that it's like, with the exception, I think what was the last one?
I'll sweat you down. Just
For
charge
what?
it to the credit card, the flight.
$159.
Let's go,
Dude. I would. They're still recruiting status is still recruiting.
Are we doing this?
Because look, dude, if I did 2 weeks unpaid, like on emergency leave at work,
Yeah.
that's like probably like $1,200 I'm missing, right?
Yeah,
So it's
dude,
like
but you make
that,
$3
yeah,
grand.
I make $3,000. So
Dude, I'm
spending
down.
I'm probably spending like $1,800 on like stuff because I'm gonna eat in Denver and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
back, so that's like $2,000, right? I'm still making $1,000 profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be super cheap though if I stayed in Denver. Like I would go to McDonald's.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm not gonna buy
go-
any. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Maybe
go eat.
once I'll go eat something that, because I hate doing that.
Chili's.
Going to Denver. I hate going to a place I don't really go often. Like
And then not
ever,
try
and
something.
not try something
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
local. Cause
You would have to try at least one thing, and
Yeah,
then
that's what I'm
It's
after
like
that,
something you can't get here at home,
Breakfast?
you know?
I wouldn't even go to McDonald's for breakfast. McDonald's breakfast is expensive.
yeah.
Like,
Are
it's
we
a little cheaper.
are we about to sign up or what? Are we gonna
Maybe after
do
this
it?
podcast.
What's the application look like?
I don't know what we'd have
But
to.
what do we have to do there? Like, do we just sit in a room?
I think we-
while
no,
have the flu.
Yeah,
Can
you
I
just.
take my Switch.
I think no. I'm pretty sure you can take. So the only eligibility for criteria
Sorry,
or
guys.
eligibility criteria is 18 years to 49 years adults.
Check.
All sexes eligible. Obviously, you can't be
Check.
pregnant because you shouldn't have the flu.
Double check.
And you have to be healthy, whatever that means. I'm pretty sure they probably do a checkup or something. And everything
I'm
else.
pretty sure it's like you don't
Ah,
have
crap.
heart disease.
I got
or
the
something.
flu shot already.
Oh,
It doesn't say that you don't that if you already had the flu shot that you
flu
can't
shot is a
do it.
scam, anyways.
I'm gonna get the flu shot, and then they're gonna administer the flu to me, and then my body just like doesn't know what's going on, and I have a stroke or something.
That would happen.
I
to
just
Abraham.
seize up real quick in the hospital.
Help!
You ever see 8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler, the cartoon movie?
Yeah.
Remember Whitey, how he
yeah,
gets like his
Whitey.
little seizures? Like that'd be me.
Adam Sandler's just making fun of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
I think
I'd be down to be
I'd be
honest.
down, dude. $159,
Yeah,
and then you turn a profit for $3,000, dude. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I mean, like realistically, we shouldn't really, or I don't know, because like, okay, my whole train of thought is we shouldn't really be telling people to do this, but then why not?
why not? I mean, you
Why
obviously,
shouldn't we be telling people to do this?
yeah.
Because oh no,
If you need money out there,
Yeah.
America, this is how you make that money.
I
You
need
play
money.
the game.
Yeah,
I need money.
I need money.
But like,
this was on the first flight out tonight.
I only asked like, what do you have to do? Because it's like, can I like try like some 7-Up in the microwave to make me feel better, and then just go live my life?
That is a good question. I wonder if we could try like some of the Mexican remedies.
Yeah, like would we just be in the hospital? Like I'm guessing we would just be admitted in the hospital and just chill in a room.
Right.
Just
I would
have
be rubbing
nurses
Vicks
tend to
all
us
over
all day.
myself.
Yeah, they don't know. I'm rubbing Vicks
Bathe
all over
myself
my
in
feet.
Vicks.
Yeah,
I just want to be pure.
Not Vicks, Vicks.
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 And then, and then like like drink some 7-Up,
Yeah.
then go about my business.
All the Mexican remedies.
I'm cured in 2 days.
In 2 days, I was.
Do I still get the 3,000?
7-Up and Vicks.
They're gonna be
Beats.
like, how did you
How'd you
defeat?
get so, yeah, how'd you get so like healthy all of a sudden? Like, oh, Vicks and
7-Up.
I'm good.
I channeled in my Mexican culture and was able to
Told
combat
myself
this.
I couldn't afford being sick.
Isn't it funny how like our culture? I'm pretty sure every culture has their own, superstitious remedies and things like that, or like every culture has their own, ways of like getting better. But
Yeah.
since all three of us in here are Mexican, we grew up with a lot of like home remedies that aren't like over the counter medicine.
Right. Well, a lot of it is over the counter. Like Vicks is
Yeah.
over the counter.
Vicks is definitely over the. Even though
Well,
I never knew
like
where
over
it
the
came
counter,
from.
like from like a pharmacy that's like a pharmaceutical drug. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
You know what I always thought was just Mexican, which is was the Nivea, the cream, the lotion.
Yeah,
Dude, I
well,
legit thought that was just Mexican because
Nivea?
anytime we would get it was when when we would go to Mexico.
Nivea.
Nivea.
Like, Mexico. Over here.
Yeah. So
Nivea for the rest of the world.
and yeah, for the rest of it,
Nah,
I
that
don't
I
lotion
bought
is
it at
legit,
Target
too.
like a month ago.
exactly.
expensive, though,
And then
now.
when I saw it over
Yeah.
here, I was like,
White
"What
people.
in the world? It's over here too." I was like, "I was lied to."
I remember I had one in my car, and it was like $1. It was like a small. It was
Oh,
like
the small
size
little
of,
middle one. I
It
have
was-
a
It was
couple
like
of those.
the size of
That's-
my Carmex.
yep.
Yeah, I just kept that one in my car whenever my hands were dry. I was just like at a stoplight, just like
yeah. If I realized I
Lotion
forgot to
it
put
up.
lotion on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nivea like helps you for everything.
I'm saying it like that.
Nivea. Is it
Nivea.
Nivea?
Yeah.
Or
Nivea.
Nivea. I don't
It's
know,
like
whatever.
Ariel. It's Ariel.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Technically,
Ajax is Ajax.
it's actually Ajax, not a Ajax.
Yeah, but nobody really buys Ariel besides Mexicans.
No, that's like super popular for a lot of like foreign people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ariel?
And guess who makes that thing?
The
Procter and
Chinese.
Gamble?
Yeah.
Procter and Gamble.
Those guys. That's funny, dude. They tailor it to the Mexican,
They
the
branch
Hispanic
out to different
culture. Yeah.
cultures.
They probably do. It's probably like no better than like bleach or something like that. But it's like, hey, like we know Mexicans don't want to use bleach because they have weird superstitions. Let's just rename it and then put it out there.
And then all of a
Bleach in
sudden,
my
like,
house.
no, this is the best right here.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
It's
it
like
from
a what's it? Suavecito or no? Was it
Suavitel.
the
Suavitel?
suavecito, the hair
The
gel,
Pomade.
The pomade.
the pomade. Oh, sorry, pomade.
It's like a
You
funny-
hipsters.
Yeah. So just looking up, there's a website called latina.com.
I already hate that,
That
website.
sounds.
latina.com/lifestyle/health. Right?
Wow.
So
that's
they
a
give
lot
you
of
kind of
slashes.
like a top 10 on like remedies every Mexican swears by. I'm not going to go through all 10 just cuz I don't think all 10 are actually Mexican remedies and some are just kind of dumb. But the first one is Vicks Vaperu Vapor Rub. I mean everyone knows.
Yeah.
How did you even
Vaporu.
say that wrong? Vaperu.
No, that's
Vaporu.
what they say.
That's yeah.
Yeah, but Vaporu is also wrong because they're trying to pronounce vapor rub.
Yeah. Josué.
For those that are not Hispanic, literally that's how all our families say
Vaperu?
it. Vaporu.
Vaperu. Yeah. And then another one is manzanilla tea.
Which I never knew that it was chamomile.
Chamomile tea.
My whole life, I lived just thinking that it was manzanilla and there was nothing else.
Yeah.
Until someone was like, "Oh, you drink chamomile tea?" I was like, "What chamomile
gonna
tea?"
You got all
That was
offended.
me.
This is
How dare you?
That was me like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Or, like, I
sad
had that
'cause you're
mind-blowing
pretty
thing.
Old.
Oh, you know which one's another one? Jamaica. I
Hibiscus.
never knew
yeah.
that it was hibiscus.
I knew that. I learned that right now with you guys. Hibiscus tea.
Yeah.
Starbucks
see.
changed
I
my.
remember it was Vivi. No, I don't remember who. I don't think it was Vivi. I think it was my mom. I was like, "Oh, you want to try the hibiscus at Starbucks?" And she drinks it. She goes, "This is just like watered down Jamaica." I was like, "Yes, mom. Hibiscus is
It's
Jamaica."
Jamaica.
There's another one. Yerba Buena.
That's mint.
Yeah, which is literally mint. Also,
Yeah.
another thing I never knew.
Hold on, I want to read what
I
it
didn't
says
know
here.
that till I was like older too.
Yeah.
I remember my mom sent me to the store one day for yerba buena because we always had a yerba buena plant outside, right?
Yeah.
And then one day, like, we didn't have any, or it wasn't like ready yet. My mom said, so she was like, "Oh, I need you to go buy some." So I'm over there at the store looking for it. I can't find it. I'm like 19 or 20 at this time, so I give her a call because I had my cell phone at the time, and I go, "Mom, they have no yerba buena." She's like, "Yes, it's mint." I'm like, "Oh, is it?" Like, my bad.
That was
There's
dude.
no
That was
time.
us with chamomile.
Yeah.
I want to read what it says here though. It says the Spanish name for yerba buena literally translates to the good herb. And true to its
The
word, it
good
has a number of
herb.
good uses. No one yerba buena plant actually exists. The name of it is used to describe a number of aromatic herbs and plants through Latin and South America. But here in America, it's mint.
It's pretty much mint.
It's just mint.
Actually, even in Mexico,
Although
it's always mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen another plant be called yerba buena besides mint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And proves to be so soothing for stomach troubles and throat whenever you're sick. Let's see.
I mean, I feel like it does. I don't know if it's for real or if it's just in my head or.
Yeah. Is it a placebo effect?
It might be.
You
I
Where it
think
just
so.
Thinks where like our body starts like thinking we're better.
Like I
Yeah.
oh yeah, I totally feel it. Oh, right there. Well, what?
I don't know what it's called.
I
But
thought
it's
it was
basically
caldo de res.
Caldo de res.
Yeah.
Dude, caldo de res.
How do you
Mexicans
beef
chicken noodle.
That's the
beef
chicken
stew.
noodle
beef
soup.
stew,
That's the Mexican
real
version.
Mexican beef stew.
That's hecka funny. They're over there eating like light chicken, and we're over here like beef stew
Yeah.
with corn and
You know how you stop this flu from spreading? You clog the arteries.
yeah. Which I
never
feel my
complained.
arteries are clogged from those ribs though.
Oh, so good. Yeah, but
They were really good.
That's just like a couple of things that we've always, I mean, at least me personally, I always grew up with as well too.
Yeah.
You know what they would put?
totally.
I don't know if they did this to you guys. Maybe it was just my family, but they would sometimes put salt on the Vicks.
I've never seen that.
No, dude. It I don't know why. Like I don't know if it made it stronger or like
How would it make it stronger?
I don't know, dude. How does it even work? How does Vicks even work? That's the question.
How
Dude,
does
I
Vicks
remember-
work?
I remember back in, I was in high school. There was this girl that I was talking to, and I met her parents, and her dad was sick, and her mom was making their dad a cup of tea, and they got like a little piece of like just like a little fingernail amount of Vicks, and they put it inside the tea.
Oh, that's disgusting.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gross.
I'm like,
You stop talking like
I'm
that.
like, I don't know where she's at, but I was just like, why, like.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Like, it's not an invasive drink, or like you just put it. It's a surface like kind of thing. You don't drink or in like, you don't eat that. It's weird. I didn't like it. I didn't know how to respond.
I didn't like it.
I was like, what the heck is this? What are you doing? Why?
This is why Trump wants to build the wall.
Yeah.
Because
Dude.
of people like you.
Apparently, just because I had to figure out why did we even use salt? According to goodtoknow.co.uk, so this means that the English people
Brits.
are doing wondrous things with Vicks as well.
Uh-huh.
It says, attention fellow clumsy people, mixing your Vicks with salt and putting it onto a fresh bruise will help to break down the blood in the bruise.
What?
Meaning it should go down far quicker than usual.
Yeah, but that's what the bruise.
I don't even know if that's true.
Was your parents?
I don't
spreading it
remember
with the
ever having
bruise?
a bruise on that.
Prove it.
You know what? They probably did that on a bruise like they were supposed to, and it worked.
And it
So they
just-
probably just thought like, oh, that probably works for everything too.
Yep, that's true.
That's what Mexicans do. If it works once, it automatically works all the time.
Yeah.
And if
Yep.
it doesn't work for you, it's because you're not doing it right.
Superstitions,
Yep,
man.
it's that's straight up a superstition.
Superstitions.
Yeah.
It worked when you were doing this, and so that's for there.
So
Therefore,
it means that it has to work.
Yeah.
That's the cure for it.
what do they say? Causation doesn't equal whatever. I forgot it.
Scientist.
Something.
Basically, because something happened doesn't mean that's causation doesn't equal correlation.
Isn't it correlation?
Doesn't equal causation?
Yeah, I was
Like, wait, that sounded super
wrong.
wrong. Maybe I didn't get a degree. Maybe that's why I can't get a job.
He's been lying this whole time.
I'm gonna fly out to Cincinnati. Cincinnati would be cool to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said Cincinnati. Even Baltimore. But
Baltimore would, but it's too
ghetto.
expensive.
He
though.
got a Crayola crayon and he just wrote
That just
degree
Degree.
on
I-
a regular piece of paper.
I has
And
degree.
it said-
I
he
has
just wrote
degree.
his name in.
Yeah,
framed
He
it.
spelled his name wrong.
that would be funny.
You ever
So
do
what's
that?
up?
Spell your name wrong?
When I was younger, probably.
Maybe
like,
when
by
I was
accident.
younger. I don't
When
remember.
I was younger, I used to spell my name wrong all the time. This is like when I was like in
You
second
probably
second
spell your
grade.
name wrong all the time and don't add the junior because that's your legal name.
Well, no, that's separate. But like,
Yeah.
I would always put R-U-D instead of R-U-B-E-N. So I was always Rudin.
I don't remember doing that. You know, the only like technically I spell my name wrong is that I don't put the accents, but that's about it. That's
Or like the accent marks on
Oh,
the.
so
On the
when
E
people
and
call
the
you
A.
Jasuo, they're perfectly right to call you Jasuo because that's technically how
Jasuo?
you're spelling.
I don't know about the O though. Josui maybe.
Just suey.
I have heard
Well,
Josui.
UE, what sound does that make? Because that makes a separate sound.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not a linguist. Ask your linguist friend.
Oh, I should.
Not
Huh?
me.
Get him a job.
Get her a job. Let's talk about that.
All right.
We weren't going to, but because we were
Might
talking
as well. Yeah.
about Josue's funds and his situation. Josue, do you want to explain your situation, or do you want to just keep it ambiguous?
Nah, that's fine. Long
I'm
story.
broke.
Well,
Long story short,
long
I'm broke.
story short, I need a job. No, long story short, I graduated. I studied software development. Apparently not. Yeah, I know. Well, that doesn't mean I study linguistics. And then, so now I'm in a transient
What school did
state.
you graduate from?
University of California, Davis.
All right, nice.
Aggies.
Davis University.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
But, and you graduated
even
when?
do it right.
Back in June?
Back in June, yeah.
Of this year.
The last time you had a job
2019.
was in September?
Was in September. Man, how are you keeping track of my record?
So it was an internship, right? It was a paid internship.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Yeah.
Dang, at least I said it was
Yeah,
a job.
dang.
It wasn't even a real job.
It wasn't even a job. It was
Look,
Internship.
anything that pays you is a job.
Is a
It
job.
doesn't matter if it was
You know
an
what's funny
internship.
is
If it was a
Because,
paid
like,
internship.
We read the article.
It was a job.
One of the
yeah.
headlines for the article. I don't remember where it was from. Let me see if I can look it up. But it was talking about how there's an influx of, there's like an underground crisis because right now in the United States we have a lot of jobs. The problem
Yeah.
is there's just a lot of jobs nobody wants.
Yeah.
They're like quote unquote crappy jobs. And this is like when when we talked about like where you get your sources from, and I give Forbes as an example. This wasn't from Forbes. But it's like the picture they use is like it's a McDonald's help wanted sign.
Yeah.
But then when you read the article a little bit, it's not talking about like McDonald's jobs are the ones that are hiring all the time. So it's like very misleading with that picture. It's like, of course, because nobody with a degree wants to work at McDonald's.
Yeah, it's the whole stigma of sorry. It's the whole stigma of like that job is beneath me or I could do better than that.
Yeah, but like cuz there's a lot of the jobs were like white quote unquote white collar jobs. So it's like electricians, plumbers, carpenters, construction, which I wouldn't think we would have a problem with that, but I guess we do. We don't have enough of those types of workers.
Oh, really?
Which
Those
is-
guys too?
Which is probably why they get paid so much right now.
Yeah.
Their
There's
job
not
needs
enough.
to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is probably why it's super lucrative. And like there's a former TV host by the name of Mike Rowe who used to be on Discovery Channel and his show Dirty Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He one time
I feel like I watched all of those.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of them.
Yeah, Dirty Jobs was always on when nothing else was on. Though.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah,
It was
I remember-
perfect.
Yeah, I remember watching those too. When like basically what Mike Rowe would do, he would go and do like white collar jobs with people. It's 'cause, like it's jobs someone has to do, and like a lot of the times, and he even says this a lot of times, they're great paying jobs. The problem is they're quote unquote dirty jobs. So it's just like parents would always tell their kids, "Oh, I work hard, so you don't have to."
Yeah.
The problem now is that those kids don't want to work hard. And like, I'm not saying you. In
No.
particular,
Yeah. Okay, so
well, I do think you're lazy and like not just kidding.
I'm Mexican.
Joking,
What do you
yeah.
expect? No, I'm just kidding. But I think that also the parents are working hard so that their kids can go to school so that they don't have the same jobs that they're doing so that they can have a quote unquote better job. But like you were saying, it's it doesn't mean that there's a better job or any job is better than the other one. It's just if you go to school for something, then you ideally would like to get a job in what you're going to school for, because
absolutely,
I mean that's the promise of going to school. Like, why even go to school if you don't have? And so I guess it also depends also on the major, of course. If you graduate in like what is it? There's like some very strange ones where like, okay, like the linguistics, like your friend.
Yeah.
That's really hard. I don't know what kind of job you would do. I mean, at least with like software engineering, you have everybody has a general idea of like what you would kind of do. Not necessarily like exactly, but like you're building something with computers.
I hate to say it as a joke because it is a real major, but a lot of major that does get like a lot of crap is like art history,
liberal arts.
Like, they still get crap.
Yeah, and it's because there's no job market for them. That's like, what's the word?
It's like, what can you
competitive
do? Job market, like be a librarian or like.
And you know what's crazy?
You can be like, it really a liberal arts just means you have a basic degree. It's like your degree is nothing, but it's just like, hey, you have education.
I had a friend who worked for the state. He worked for the lottery building. That's right off Richards Boulevard here in Sacramento.
It's a nice building.
Huh?
It's a nice building. I've been in there before.
Yeah. And he told me, he's like, he's like, a lot of people that work here, they graduated, but we all vary with like what kind of degrees we have. He got a music degree.
Yeah.
He got a bachelor's in like software engineering and music. Yeah. And like there's just some places they don't even care.
No, they just want a higher education you have. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Cuz even like at Amazon, a lot of our managers that come in fresh from college, they have degrees that have nothing to do with business. And that's why they're terrible managers, unfortunately. But like they have the degree. And that's what Amazon wants. Oh, you have higher education, you're good. But I think that's also another thing a lot of people don't understand about college is that college is just higher education. Sure, you can specialize in a field of study. Yeah. But doesn't mean you're going to get a job in that field of study.
Yeah.
Right. To some extent, like you said, like with the music guitar,
or even like the linguistics degree.
Linguistics, like that's
not probably going to get
what exactly, like unless you're trying to be like a professional translator or something. Yeah,
that's what I was about to say.
Which they make pretty decent money.
They do make pretty good money, but those jobs are very
for like
limited.
For like court very or hospitals and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's very competitive.
Oh, but for the hospitals, you would have to because you have to know the language. You can't just know like
a basic
how to speak.
You need to take a medical terminology course.
Because like even for court,
you also need to take.
You also have to take a course to like know because you're not just gonna translate basic words. You're translating like legal words or like medical words
and stuff like that. No, that makes total sense. And it's just like a computer degree. You can't just get a computer degree and one and expect to be able to go into the different
know like everything. That's I mean it's the same thing as languages. You learn like a few languages, you learn like one mainly, and then from there, unfortunately, like a lot of the new places are looking for people with experience with other languages.
I think a problem too is that, and it happens all the time. It's like when we probably, you started school kind of late, but like I remember when I graduated, one of the things they'd come talk to everybody is how like, and like computer science and all these degrees, they're gonna be really big in like 10 years. So it's like you should go to school there. The problem is they told that to everybody, so everybody went to school for those degrees, and now they just have too many people with those degrees. Yeah, that's what happens all the time. Yeah. They tell, we need a lot of workers in this type of field. So you get a lot of people trained, and then it's just like, oh, crap, we have too many now.
Man, I hope that doesn't happen to me. That would suck.
But you know what? With the trades like you were talking about, a lot of those you still have to go to school, or not like an actual university, but you go to like a trade school. And then you learn like electrician. You learn like I don't know about carpenter. I think they maybe have something
plumbing.
You don't have
plumbing.
You don't have to do
AC
technically. And like this is the thing because for school, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people like they're not good at school, and the school's just not for them. And like this is another thing Mike Rowe has said is like a lot of them is like a lot of those jobs you can get apprenticeships at still. Like they still like hey you work for them and you get paid like minimum wage for like 3 years. Or 4 years, not necessarily minimum wage, because I remember even looking into it, like an electrician apprenticeship is like $16 an hour, which isn't bad when you're coming fresh out of high school.
In Sacramento?
In Sacramento.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
That's pretty good.
All right, it might be like 15 to 16, I think it was, like varying.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's especially when you're like 18, 19, coming out of high school. Like, dude, you have a full-time job, and after 4 or 5 years, I think it's depending on how many hours you work, actually. Yeah. You get a full-on certification. Like, hey, this guy put in the work. He's certified as an electrician. Like, you don't have to even go to school for that stuff. And that's what, like, we have a friend, Alex Lopez from San Jose, and he went to school for that. Yeah. And we have a friend named Israel Davila in San Jose, and he didn't go to school. He did the apprenticeship. Yeah.
Although now he's taking some classes, but
Yeah, but I think it's
you
more like
learned
because
it.
he wants to like a higher
Yeah.
position type
I
thing.
remember I was probably like 20.
And they make good money.
I was like 23 around that age, and I was working at a restaurant. And on the side, I just wanted more money. And so my dad knew a friend who was a plumber. He had his own business, like his business license. He didn't work for like Bonnie Plumbing or any other plumbing company like that.
Yeah.
And just because of whatever, my dad, like something broke in our house, and so he came to fix something. And then my dad was like, "Hey, you should take my son out so he could learn how to like do some stuff." And so
That's such a Mexican thing.
like,
That guy got ernied.
yeah, I got ernied, but I got ernied into like a pretty like
For a good thing.
a good thing, right? So I guess I apprenticed with this plumber, not like officially where I'd got like an apprenticeship, and it wasn't a full-time job. But he would call me, since I worked at a restaurant, I work evenings, right?
Yeah.
So he would call me like, "Hey, I got like a couple water heater jobs I got to do in the morning." He's like, "You're young, I'm old.
You want to help me?
You want to come help me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so I couldn't change water heaters in my sleep. And we would lay down like new like sewage lines and like water lines underneath houses and all that stuff. And I had to do all of this like hard physical manual labor with him. And so
That's cool.
yeah, my thing was that like every time I did a big job with him, I got paid pretty well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even though it wasn't every day.
I'm
but,
pretty
like,
sure he wasn't paying you like on the
Yeah.
up and up like what you should have gotten.
Yeah.
So imagine if you were like a legit plumber.
Yeah. And because like I would always see like the quotes that he would give like all like the clients. So like
Yeah.
if we're gonna go lay in like a new sewage line because somewhere there's a break in one of the pipes under the ground, we have to go in, build a trench, and lay down a whole new pipe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of manual work because you're digging a trench in the ground.
Yeah.
And so it'd be like a $5,000-$6,000 job, and he'd cut me like $800.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so I
Yeah.
was just like, but I think it wasn't that it was a dirty job, even though it was a dirty job. But me personally, I didn't mind it. I just didn't want to see myself doing this for the rest of my life. It was one of those like at the end of the day, I was always beat, just so tired.
Yeah, those
I'd go
jobs are
home
very
and
tiring.
just do
I wouldn't
nothing.
lie. It was like even at like when I was working at the school district. I remember one summer I was helping one of the janitors clean their school, getting ready for the new school year, and like they had like the plumbers there from the school district, and like I was talking to the guy. The guy was really nice. He knew my dad because my dad had been working in the school district for real long.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, we have an opening. If you want, like for an apprenticeship, if you want, you could come over." But I saw myself the same way, and I always regret it because like it wasn't until I was about to leave the school district when I found out like those guys get paid bank, like
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah. Dude,
And it's
any
just like-
job that nobody else wants to do, you make good money.
Yeah.
Like, because nobody wants to do it. So, like, okay, who else is going to do it?
You know what's
And
funny?
for how
A lot of
much?
these so-called like dirty jobs, they're always in need. Like you're always gonna need a plumber. You're always gonna need an electrician.
Dude,
Yeah.
like
those jobs aren't going anywhere.
like trashmen, dude. They make really good money, dude.
Yeah.
The guys that pick up trash,
And they don't really,
make
they don't
really good
actually
money.
pick up the trash. To be honest, it's all like the car that does everything. Picks up the thing, and unless like of course stuff falls out, then you just go and
Gotta go
you
get
know
it.
what's actually a decent job that it's not very respected. It doesn't really get a lot of praise, and sometimes it gets a little bit of crap. But it's actually it's a decent job with like decent pay. Is a mailman.
yeah,
It's like what isn't it
I
a
don't
state or
think-
isn't it a government job?
it's a government.
Yeah,
job. Like,
that's
you
a
can't-
government job.
You can't like they get like all these protections and stuff. Like you can't really. It's like in movies when you're a kid. You always see the dog chasing the mailman. They would put that dog to sleep if it attacked the mailman.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah.
like, for example, if you were a mailman, you wouldn't brag about it, or you don't see mailmen bragging about their jobs.
But how
When was the
many
last time
mailmen do you
met a
know?
Mailman?
Exactly. I don't know any mailmen.
There's probably
I know
not
my
a whole
personal
lot.
mailman because it's the same guy every day, and I see him. But
Oh.
you know what I mean, like,
I don't
and
ever
he
see my
seems to
mailman.
But
enjoy
outside
his
of
job.
work, dude, everybody that a lot of the people that I've seen being a mailman are a lot. They seem to like not be against their job. Like they feel
Yeah,
because you get to walk. You walk quite a bit. Some of them, and then
you're like fit.
a lot of them do seem fit.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
UPS people
that's
too,
what I gotta
man.
do, dude. I
Yeah.
wanna apply for a government
They're
job.
like
be a mailman.
shredded. The UPS people.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
But the cool thing about the USPS is that you're actually a government employee, so you get all the benefits, you get like all the perks of being a government employee, and you're doing a job that obviously maybe not a lot of people want to do.
Yeah,
But
Right.
it seems like something cool.
and, or go ahead.
No, you go first.
Or I was just gonna say, and I think that kind of harks back to that whole people kind of see it as it's a job that's beneath them.
Yeah.
Like, I can do better than that. Like, I don't want to be a mailman, or I don't want to be a plumber.
And sometimes
like, but it's just like, why not? Like, you know how much money you'd make, or like.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's not just like that. It's like, you know, like I remember when I was younger, the reason I didn't take the plumbing was like, oh, well, my dad works hard because he didn't want me to be a plumber or anything.
Yeah.
And at this point, my dad is just like, I don't care what you are. What you're
I didn't want to go down the whole plumbing path just because it's just like, I don't want to dig trenches in dirt for the rest of my life. Although it'd be like, and for example, the plumber that I worked with, like I said, he owned his own company. Yeah. So that $5,000-$6,000, that all went to him.
Yeah,
that wasn't like.
I'm pretty sure if he wanted to, he could probably also like hire like 2 people like you, where it's just like you guys would do all the work.
And then like eventually, because at first it started off as like, all right, you can come with me like on Tuesday and like Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
But then like after, because I did it for a while, and like after a couple of months, he was like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna give you a W-2, like because he owned his own business. Yeah. So like, because he's like, I'm giving you a lot of money. He's like, I'm noticing. He's like, I'm giving you a lot of money. And so he's like, I need you for my taxes.
He's
so
like, this is a tax write-off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
make money off of you, kid.
I'm going to make even more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only makes sense. I mean, and plus, it's like you can totally get paid legally. It wasn't like you had some other situation.
And like, it was a benefit for me, too, because I started noticing. I was like, dude, I'm making a lot of money. So I was like, I could claim
the government's coming after me.
Yeah. I could claim all this because I was working at a restaurant. So I was doing my hourly wage and tips at restaurant and working as a plumber.
So if you can pick a trade job that you would do, which one would you pick? I think I would do AC.
Oh, HVAC?
Yeah, HVAC.
Yeah, those guys get paid legit too.
And I feel like more people. You know what? Yeah, go. I'll stick to AC or HVAC.
I'm just gonna go with plumbing, just because I'm a little bit biased, just because I've already done it, and I honestly don't mind the work, and it's honestly also a very valuable. I mean, AC is valuable for if you're a homeowner, but plumbing is as well too. I think because I think there's a lot more that breaks easily in the plumbing department than an AC.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. What I've been thinking about doing, only because Amazon will pay for it. I've been thinking of becoming a CDL driver, a Class A driver. Like truck driver.
Yeah.
Oh,
but like
wow.
locally, not like I'm not gonna go cross country.
Like the guys that drive the Amazon van, or
no, not the vans, like the big,
like the actual truck.
Semis. Yeah,
there's some local ones.
breaker,
they have those. Well, no, it's like they have like, for instance, my uncle in LA. He works for BP, British Petroleum.
Yeah.
So he delivers to Arco and other like BP oriented gas stations. He gets paid a lot because and that's what I would try to do, eventually try to do oil.
Yeah.
Just because you get hazard pay and it's like so much more.
What?
Money. Yeah.
Dude, you know who else gets paid a lot of money but they work ridiculous hours? Locomotive drivers.
Yeah,
like
trains.
Like the engineers.
And they work like 18-hour days.
I used to work at Apple here in Sacramento.
Days.
And one of the girls there, her name was Angelica, and her husband, she would say like, yeah, like I get up hecka early and I make his lunch, and like he leaves the house at 6 and he doesn't come home till like 8-9 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they work.
But dude, it was like, she was like, it's like 45 an hour or something like that.
So that's the thing.
After the 8 hours, you get over.
Dude.
Yeah.
Time.
So that's the thing with I think with a lot of those technician jobs is that they pay good, and there's like typically a lot of overtime, but their schedules are like, from the different technician jobs that I've heard, like their schedules are jacked up.
They're all
They're like all over the place. Like where my brother works at, those technicians, they have like some crazy schedule. They go from days to nights and then transition back to days, and like they work like 3 days and then 2 days off and then go back to nights, and then like it's super messed up. No, whereas like if you do like a white collar job, it's typically 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and that's what a lot of people want, is like those like, I guess, more chill jobs. But at the same time, when you have a trade, dude, like you can do your own business so much easier.
Yeah.
It's like nobody else. Who else is
like,
gonna mess with the
valuable.
AC? Yeah. Which the reason why I like AC is because it feels like there's a lot of easy things that people just don't want to mess with.
Yeah. So
and you're like, it'll be $200, and all you do is replace something.
Even like going back to Abraham's thing, like our water heater just broke probably 2 weeks ago. And like when we called this one company that was nearby, it was like $3,000, like a little bit more than $3,000
for a water heater
to replace it, right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, because since it started leaking, the floor was all rotted.
Oh, so they had to
they were gonna replace the wood on the floor and the sidewalls, and then like we're like,
it's on the side of the house, right?
No, it's right here inside the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, and take everything out, put it back in, get the right parts and everything. It was like, I think it was like 3,200. But anyways, and like, so like,
Jeez.
your uncle was like, or your uncle, my uncle, your dad, my dad was like, oh, he's like, I can help, I could do it. You know, it's like, I know how to do that. And like, my dad was like, all right. So like, we paid $800 for the actual water heater. It's like a newer version of the one we had, which is super much like,
it's like the Ream ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
those are good.
And
we had
like,
one. We put one in our house a year ago.
They did it in like a day. And then my dad, he knows how to replace walls and stuff because my dad used to do handyman stuff when he was younger. And his back
both our dads.
Both our dads did that. Yeah. You know, just to make like extra money. And it's like my dad knows how to do a lot of wiring. Like he says he's not great at it, but like he knows how to do it to where it works.
Yeah.
But anyways, like they did it in a day and they spent like probably like $1,000. So they saved like, but at the end of the day, like he couldn't get one of the pipes fit, so we had to call someone we know. But they did it for like $100, so it's like $1,100 compared to the
3,000. Yeah,
3,200.
Saved like what, $2,000?
Yeah, a little over $2,000 they saved, and it's just like. But you're right. There's a lot of people who they would call that guy in a heartbeat. 3,200. Okay, yeah, sure. We need it fixed by tomorrow. So it's like
because a lot of
by
people
tomorrow,
like,
3,500.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah. Because a lot of people find themselves in the spot like, well, I don't know how to do it, or I don't think I know anyone who knows how to do it.
Or it's even
the electricians, dude. Yeah. Electricians. Oh my! No one wants to mess with electricity.
Speaking of which, when I stopped working with the plumber, he was like in the process of like going back to school so he can do plumbing and electrical. Yeah. I was like, this guy is gonna be raking in the dough.
Well, I know Israel one time, he was like, man, we need someone to become a plumber because it was him and his cousin George. Yeah. Who was a carpenter.
Does construction.
Because if you do the three, which is carpentry, electrician, and plumbing. You can build a house.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm gonna hit these guys up.
And like, and after that, that's so much easier to start your own business because you can do everything. Oh, you need that? Yeah, we got it. Oh, yeah, that we got it too. And it's like people are willing to pay more just because it's convenient because they only have to call one guy. They don't have to call three guys no more.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? Forget the medical field. I'm going to be a plumber. I'm going to hit those guys up.
Yeah.
Start a business.
Yeah. Build your own tiny home or something.
Heck yeah.
No, but it's like I said, Amazon, like in January, they're like, oh, you know, we're starting CDL classes again. And like my boss, because he knows like I do all the classes there.
Yeah.
For free. He's like, do you want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not?
That's legit,
web
dude.
Development one.
Those things are like I think a CDL license is like really expensive, isn't it?
It's like super quick. It's done in like 5 weeks.
But it's expensive.
But it's like I think it's like $9,000 or something.
Gosh, that's a lot of.
It depends where you go.
Yeah.
Also.
$9,000.
And then if you do hazmat, that adds more money to it as well.
I gotta get the flu like 4 times to cover that.
Yeah, I know. Let's go there twice. Let's
go to each individual location.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
Gone for a month. 4 different weeks. 4 different flus.
But anyways, this podcast was dedicated to finding Josue a job. So if you know anybody that's hiring.
Yeah, I know.
Podcast brought to you by Monster.com.
Or if you're willing to.
Going back to like getting a degree and not really wanting a job in your field. It's like one of my managers. This is like a regular manager at like, you know, an Amazon warehouse. His name's Sean, great guy. He has a degree in engineering, like electronic engineering. He works as a manager for Amazon warehouse, like nothing to do with his degree.
What? Are you serious?
But he was like, hey, you know what? They pay good, and it's like it's the job I have while I'm looking for the job I want.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, dude, just do something in IT or something for now.
Right, IT. So the thing is that you for sure, at least in the computer science, you want to be doing something that's sort of computer related, because realistically, it's really hard to put like something else on your resume that's not computer related.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna be like, well, maybe you already forgot your skills, or like maybe you forgot how to like actually program or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm definitely looking on like government jobs or like IT jobs. I actually applied to the conference IT job as well.
I'm telling you, man. I told you this like over a month ago. Apply to IT jobs for hospitals. There's always a bunch of IT jobs for hospitals.
But a lot of the thing I've noticed, a lot of hospitals, you have to do like 3 weeks free work. It's like a volunteer thing, and then you get slotted in.
Yeah.
And
dude, you never want to do anything for free. That's how they take advantage of you.
Yeah, you don't want to. So
Okay, fine. Stay jobless, Josue. Stay jobless.
No, you
don't
just
do anything.
You don't want to do, dude.
Just
honestly,
stay home, play Call of Duty. Right?
That sounds like a good
On your
plan.
phone.
On
You
the
can
phone.
make money
anything with their
nowadays
life,
off
Josue.
that.
Stay at home, play
You
Call
can
of
make
Duty.
money staying at home playing video games now.
Yeah, you could totally.
You just gotta take out that credit card like a lot of these other people do.
Take out the credit card
Bite
and
the bullet. Do it.
dude.
What are you looking up? You're on Frontier.
130. I found I could get it down even lower. $138 to Cincinnati, Ohio.
It's a 30-hour layover in Denver.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even know.
I'll go hang out in Denver, man. I don't mind.
I would hang out in Denver for 23 hours.
Go catch a Denver Nuggets game.
Ooh.
No, dude, you just take a nap, you wake up, go see the city a little bit, and then you're good to go.
And then
Where would
yeah.
you take a nap at? Just rent a $50
You're pretty much
hotel.
there a day. You're there a whole day. You get to experience Denver. Dude, we should totally. You know what? We should totally take a Frontier flight and see how it goes. Yeah,
I'm down for that.
Vlog of
I'm down
Frontier
for that.
flight.
Vlog of Frontier flights.
Where would we go though?
Just anywhere.
I'm down to go somewhere like that. The furthest that we can go with the cheapest, like this. We can go to Cincinnati for $138.
Oh, what's in Cincinnati though? Besides
What
the flu?
isn't in Cincinnati?
Besides the flu,
Dude,
what's
we
in
get
Cincinnati,
$3,000.
man?
You get the flu. You spend some time there, and then you come back.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna actually do the whole flu thing?
I'm down to dude, $3,000.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Let's
get
do the
weird.
flu thing. Okay, hopefully we get to do
Let's
the
get
flu
weird.
thing. Let's get weird.
We're gonna vlog it too.
Yeah,
All three of us laid up in hospital beds next to each other, like, oh,
that would be crazy.
just playing Call of Duty.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I have today. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, Rage Against the Machine just announced they're reuniting, so which is
Oh yeah, and a bunch of concert tours, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god.
None of
Can't
them.
How old are
None
these
of them-
dudes?
None of them are in California.
No, there is 2 of them, but they're
Or
like in
Coachella.
SoCal. Oh, is that where it's at?
They're doing 2 weekends in Coachella, 2 separate weekends.
That's so lame. I hate them now.
I don't care.
You bow out to Coachella, you're part of the problem.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always been like I'm a festival goer, just not a Coachella
No, you're
type.
an Aftershock goer. There's
Yeah.
a difference. Aftershock's not like your regular festival.
Yeah, Aftershock is a straight up metalhead like rock festival.
Yeah.
Dang, these guys are old, dude.
Yeah,
They're
man.
old.
They're
Yeah.
still they're my favorite band of all time.
Rage
Then.
Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine. I've never
Rage
heard you
Against the-
mention Rage Against,
Rage Against
the
the
Machine.
Machine and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Those are my top.
Red
two.
Hot Chili Peppers, I can get behind.
Those are my top 2. But Rage Against the Machine.
I don't know about
dude, Oh my
Rage.
gosh.
Rage was good, but I don't know. I don't know if it
Yeah.
was like.
But they're also doing besides Coachella, they're doing I think it's like 4 or 5 other shows. El Paso
Yeah.
and Albuquerque and Arizona.
Albuquerque was the weird one to me. I was like, why the hell do you want to go to there?
Hey, let's hit up Eddie, see if we can stay at his house if we go to the Arizona show.
Yeah.
Down?
We
Hit
need
'em up.
money for that.
Yeah, but it's gonna be
We gotta go get
expensive.
We gotta
flu.
get the flu first.
We
Gotta get the flu.
We gotta go get the flu first, and then we can go.
The Offspring, man, I remember that band.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if they're
Because
still
I just
alive.
started thinking, it was just like, if I don't see Rage Against the Machine now,
You wanted to see if the Offspring were still alive?
Yeah, I just want to see. If,
I'm never gonna see Rage Against the Machine again, dude. This is probably like it. This is like the last one.
Yeah, man. Let's
okay, and then what happened? So that's fine.
I gotta
dude.
see them live, man.
go. Why?
I have to. I can't explain.
I wonder
it.
if Eddie would be down to go
I've
see
never.
them.
I
I've
can't
never been to
explain
a
it. I
concert
have
before.
You what?
I've never been to a concert before
What?
in my life. Yeah, I've bought tickets and then last minute I always end up selling them for more than
Why?
what I buy them for. I don't know, because it's like, to me it's like, man, I don't want to go hear a bunch of people scream.
Nah, man, you gotta go. It's,
But
but like, here's the thing: you gotta
one.
go to a concert that you really like the music that you're into.
That's the problem. Like, if I go, I know I'm not gonna like the people that would also go.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't.
They
go for
wouldn't
the
know
people.
you.
You don't go for the people when you
Yeah,
go to
of course
a
you don't
concert.
go for the people, but guess what? You're gonna be stuck with the people.
What? Yeah, no matter what.
But still,
Yeah.
that's why I don't like metal festivals. People there are nice.
Metal festivals?
People are very nice.
It's
I
like
think any
the
festival people would be nice.
what's the Juggalos? I
Yeah,
wonder how they
supposedly-
would.
They say those are always the best
like-
like festivals and stuff.
They're all really nice.
Yeah, they're super
Yeah.
friendly to everybody. But I
Like-
guess it's because they're all considered outcasts. So it's like they all feel the same.
Or-
Like
or
It's like
a-
conference kind of. You know how
Yeah.
like conference everyone's like Were
like
they
the. Have you
Yeah.
seen the Workaholics when they
when they
go
Juggalos
to the
outside?
Juggalos?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Or an EDM rave because everyone's just stoned out of their mind or on something.
They're yeah,
Everyone's
most of
like-
them are on something.
Everyone's happy there.
I was
I've
like
never
stoned.
been to one.
But I've been to a
What
not
concerts have you
EDM,
been
but
to?
it was Armin van Buren, which is like a DJ,
Sure,
like
man.
EDM type DJ, and then like
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy because they like put on like a actual like not performance because it's actually like just lasers and stuff and like
Yeah.
stuff floating around or whatever. But I think that was really the only concert I've ever been to.
You haven't been to like any other concerts?
No, not that I can think of.
Am I the
It's
only?
just it was something that's never like really interested me.
I'm
Yeah,
the only
Just because
concert
it's like
goer
a
here.
large crowd, like I don't want to be in a large crowd and then like rest. Like I know this is probably like old man thinking, but like where's the restrooms if I need to go to the restroom? Like
That's
it's
very
just
old
like
man thinking.
having to
'Cause-
sit there
Yeah,
and
'cause
like
Abraham
wait.
just pisses himself.
Yeah, just
no, dude,
wears
you
a
don't even-
diaper.
You don't even think
just
of things
kidding.
like that when you're in festivals. Although this
you
past,
don't, but before you go there, I would be thinking about
a
that.
couple weeks ago when I
His
went to
anxiety would be killing him.
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago when I went to Aftershock, I had a horrible experience.
Oh, it's the greatest. I had a horrible experience.
No, like bathroom wise, I had a horrible experience.
exactly, dude. I don't want to have those horrible
Because
experiences.
I went to BK before going to the actual festival grounds.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
terrible already.
And yeah, and I mean, and you can imagine what my stomach was like 4 hours later.
He had that
Oh.
And there was
Oh.
nothing but porta potties there. But luckily, I found the diamond in the rough. I found the needle in the haystack. I found the porta potty that was like still clean. It was like
That's good.
dude, it was unused. I was like,
You see, and that's my problem. It's not necessarily that people aren't nice. It's my problem is like, well, I'm going to be spending all this money. It only takes one a-hole to ruin it. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to be pissed because I spent all this money for someone to ruin it.
Have you guys ever gone to a comedy
get pissed.
to a comedy
Comedy
show?
I've always
I've gone
wanted
to one, but I don't want to go to another one because there's always one dude that wants to like heckle the comedian, and you're
Yeah.
just like, dude, I'm just trying to have a good time, trying to listen to
Yeah.
the jokes, and then
It's
so
my day off.
yeah, it's like this guy's like, oh, like trying to ruin the joke or whatever. So
wanna
like,
go
I don't want to
to,
go see that. I'd rather just see like the footage of like when it's already like
Yeah.
just the funny parts.
yeah, I want to go to the Comedy Store in LA. It's a lot of like big time celebrities go there, but just randomly.
yeah. All
They
show
don't.
them,
They
right?
Yeah.
they just show up just to work on material, like at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, because it's like a 24 or they close really late.
I wonder if
It's
that's
like a bar. They close like at 3.
I wonder if
and
it's
so-
because I've seen on Netflix. I think it was Ray Romano that just like casually showed up to
Yeah.
I think it was that one, and they're just like, oh,
There's a
hey, look,
couple-
we
there's
have
yeah.
this
There's a
dude.
couple like of those types of shows.
Yeah.
that they're like that, and that celebrities will go just show up.
and then
to.
just show up.
I know about it because I listen to the JRE podcast a lot, and so Joe Rogan and all his friends will go. But sometimes he'll have other like guest celebrities on his podcast, like
talk about that.
Kevin Hart, for
Yeah.
example, right? I mean, regardless of what you think of Kevin Hart and his comedy, but they were talking about like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm probably just gonna go to the comedy house, do a couple sets, probably work on some material. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go too. Yeah, let me go work on some material as well too. And you'll get like super famous people like Kevin Hart at like
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning, just randomly show up to the comedy house.
Because they're not gonna be like, no, you can't. We have this nobody schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's-
That
it's
would
like-
suck if you're the guy that's like trying to break out
But
of
what sucks,
your
my
comedy.
fear-
No, they talk about that too, like in the Joe Rogan podcast. They talk about how they feel bad for when they do that, but it's like at the same time, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
it happened to me, it's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
used to it.
It's just part of the
It's part of the business.
business.
What my fear is that we go one day and no one like it's just like all like
Yeah, it's just-
terrible comedians
But
all night.
to be
Why did
honest-
the chicken cross the road?
No, to be honest, it's like forget his name, Theo Vaughn, who is very like
Oh, yeah.
very much that type of comedian. He's big now,
Yeah.
but for like he's been doing it for a while. And he wasn't big, but he was always funny. It's like, you remember when we went to go watch The Joker? Were you there with us?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, there's the guy when the Joker dude, he's about to do his set. There's the guy that's doing his set. He's talking about how women see sex and how men see sex.
Oh yeah.
Remember that set? He's like, women see sex like buying a car. It's like, oh, is it safe? Is it reliable? Is it gonna try to kill me? You know, that type of stuff. Where men see sex like parking a car. It's like, oh, there's a spot. Oh, there's another spot. Oh, I have to pay for this spot? No thanks. Oh, this spot's handicapped. Hopefully no one sees. Like, that's Theo Vaughn. And like
That sounds familiar, but I don't.
Yeah.
For some reason, I
But-
don't remember
No,
that.
that's like those
That's a
lines were
great
being
scene,
said as he. So that specific scene, it showed the Joker walking, or Joaquin Phoenix's character.
But it was
right?
like when he was at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, but he was just walking like towards the stage, like in like.
Oh, that was the place.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that was just the okay.
But it's a place kind of like.
Yeah, it's that type of place, or it's just like people can go randomly and like, hey, I want to reserve this spot, but if so, you do get kicked down for like the bigger stars.
You know, we're going to SoCal next week.
And I said we just do it Saturday night. We're not doing anything.
Saturday night, 1:00 in the morning. Roll up to the
check
Comedy
it
Store.
out.
Yeah,
see what it's like.
It's Comedy Store, I think. It's not the Comedy House. It's called Comedy Store.
Yeah.
What comedian would you want to see if you could pick?
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, and he's like he lives in Ohio, so he's not in LA that often. So but if he's ever,
that's what he does.
Yeah, like not caring like about location or whatever. If you could see a comedian there,
Dave Chappelle.
You too?
Yeah, dude, that dude's hilarious. Man.
Dave Chappelle.
Is he still hilarious?
Yeah,
like his, I feel like his prime kind of passed, didn't it?
I think for sketches, his prime probably passed. Like I think if he came out with this, because when he was on Saturday Night Live, he wasn't that great. But at the same time, I don't really blame him because he's doing other people's material on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But like his monologue was funny on Saturday Night Live, and then even his last show, Sticks and Stones, was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was super offensive according to some people, but it was still pretty good.
Did you hear about the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing they did with him?
No.
The Sticks and Stones, what they did to Dave Chappelle?
Because he makes a lot of transgender jokes. And he even says the reason he makes is that because like explaining it to a straight guy, it's hilarious, like what you're going through.
Yeah.
So you can't blame me for making jokes.
Yeah.
And like, so what Rotten Tomatoes did was they grabbed like only five of the most like socially woke, like
reviews.
Yeah, critics.
Reviewers, critics. And they just let them judge it. So they had like a 0% on Rotten Tomato. Because it was quote unquote super offensive, right? But then it was only those 5 people that got to judge it. So on Rotten Tomatoes, Sticks and Stones, Dave Chappelle's newest special, it was at 0%. And so then they finally opened it up to the public. It was like 100, and then it like dropped down to like 90.
It's that's like how you know. 92 right now.
Yeah,
freedom of speech isn't that free.
Even the critics one, like they eventually opened it to every critic, and it's like at 70 something, which isn't bad.
Yeah, but it was just 5 like majorly like just weird critics.
But it's like someone was saying that Joe Rogan was saying like Rotten Tomatoes set themselves up with that one. Like they had to know that like.
Yeah.
If you tell people don't go watch this show, people are gonna. Well, no, I want to watch that show because what they're hiding. What are they hiding? You know.
So they just help them get promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the whole effect of like, for example, if I tell you don't think of cows, what are you gonna think of? Cows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today's show. We ran a little later than we'd like. But
that's cool.
Yeah. Once again, I'm Ruben.
I'm Abraham.
I'm Josue.
Thanks for watching the Really Random Podcast.
Peace.